Peter. First date, am I supposed to pay or are you supposed to pay?
That's a good one, that's tough. I mean, me, I'm a gentleman, so like, just growing up, I was taught, you know what I'm saying, it's been given to me to take care of a woman, you know, but I feel like that shouldn't be the whole, thought of the whole relationship. Like, it's fine for a woman to take a man out sometimes. It doesn't have to be on the man just to do everything for the woman. Like, every time we go eat, or we don't. You know what? Me personally, I probably would cook for you the first meal, so like that's not gonna be.
But what if I want to come to your house the first time?
Well, if you don't want to come to my house, I mean, we can picnic.
Okay.
But it's different things. I mean, do you expect for the man
to pay on the first date?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if you ask him?
But I feel like, okay, so I guess we can take it socially then, because I don't really see myself approaching a guy. Like, I feel like it's not a woman's role to approach the man. Like, I feel like if he already knows that you want him from the beginning, he's gonna try to run that relationship. He's
gonna try and run that relationship just because?
He's gonna have the upper hand.
Because he took you out?
No, because I approached him.
Because you approached him? So it's wrong for you to pay for him if you ask him out?
But the first time, we're talking about the first date. So we're going on the first date, either you ask me out on the first date or I ask you out on the first date. I'm not gonna ask you out on the first date because I don't feel like it's my role to do that, to go after you.
Is there a problem with women shooting their shot first?
I think so.
Why?
I do, I think so, because like I just said, I feel like if a man knows that you already are interested in him, they already have the upper hand.
Yeah, but I think in a sense too, like, two people can be perfect for each other and both of them may not ever shoot their shot, you know, so they may never meet.
Because I mean, if you're not confident enough in yourself to shoot your shot, then me and you aren't meant to be together.
Dang, that sucks, because we could be missing out on a great opportunity, you know, generally speaking. Because if you never meet, never talk, then you'll never know if that magic exists. So people gotta kinda, I think that's an insecurity thing, really. Like you gotta dig deep and go ahead and speak. There's nothing wrong with a woman shooting a shot. Jordan, he shot his shot. He missed a lot, made a lot. Wouldn't be a champion if you didn't have that trigger.
Jordan was a man.
Ooh. Welcome to Black Fly on the Wall Season 2, episode Shoot Your Shot 2018. I'm here with J-Day, and let's talk about it. So Shoot Your Shot 2018. It's homecoming. You see a guy you like over there. Are you gonna walk up and say something, or are you gonna stand there and be quiet and look cute?
Oh, personally, me, I'm gonna make that walk.
You gonna make that walk?
Yeah, because I feel like if you see something you want, something you like, something you're interested in, go get it. It's not always the guy that has to be the initiate or has to approach somebody, because it's 2018 and the roles have switched. Women, we just as strong as y'all, and we can do what y'all do.
Ooh.
So if I see a guy, I'm gonna roll up on him. Hey,
I like that. I like that. You are kind of strong, so you got muscles and everything. But the thing is this, I feel like at the same time, most women don't feel like that. I feel like most women want to be over there looking cute. We'll walk up, we'll speak to you, we'll buy you a drink. You may talk to us, or we may buy 5 or more drinks.
And I feel like that's because we live with this pre-programmed mind of how we've been brought up and what society has made us to think from the past, that we have to wait for a guy to come to us or a man to come to us, or we're less than a man and we can't do what they do. But I personally don't feel that way, so what I want, I'm gonna get it. Or at least go for it.
Where your cousins, aunties, sisters? We need to talk to all of them. I need to meet all of them.
Maybe I can
So yeah, we need yes, Lord.
All right, good job.
So with the growth of like gender roles being more fluid, how do you guys feel about the woman asking a man to marry her? Or
So with that whole, a man's not gonna get married until he's ready, right? So you asking me is kind of like you making me ready. You know what I mean? So I might wake up like, but the thing is, I ask you to marry me and you say no, I'm not ready yet, right? You're like, okay. A man's like, all right, whatever. If you ask me and I tell you no, you're not asking me again. It's dead after that. So it's like, let us have that, you know what I mean? Let us keep that, because we're not gonna go into a situation that we're not ready for most of the time. So it's like, I gotta throw that. Most of the time.
I'm gonna throw your point up too. If I ask you and you say no, I'm not asking you again. So maybe you see.
You gonna ask me if you want it?
No,
You gonna ask me if you want it?
no, that's it. That's it.
Nah, but a woman most of the time know, like, she might know her man better than anybody else know her man. So if he's not mature to the point yet, if they got goals and he hasn't reached a quarter of those goals, and then he asks, it's like, baby, you're not ready yet. I know that you're doing this, you know what I'm saying, but I want us to get right, get a better foundation. If she is playing it right and spinning right, then I think it's okay.
So
you know what I mean?
I got two, real quick. I got two things. First thing, this is just for no matter who asks. You asked and they said no, you ain't do your homework, bro. That's first. Some questions you don't ask unless you already know the answer. You know what I'm saying? So if you got made it to your knee and you hoping, you did this wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Because what you should have said like 6 months ago was, I've been thinking about this, and if I asked you, what would you say? Right? Like I'm gauging your response, because if there's some space between where we are and where we need to be, that's cool. I just need to be cognizant of that before I go drop some bread on this ring. I don't want to be walking around with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's first. The second thing though is I just think, okay, not even that. I personally don't want a woman to ask me to marry me, but that's because that part of the relationship is still rooted in gender for me, right? I haven't personally evolved past it. But as a society, I don't really think it's an issue. You just need to be prepared for what comes with that. So you're gonna be a meme. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna say, baby girl doing way too much. Look at this foolishness. I'm gonna send it to my mom. She gonna send back an emoji because she does that, and she gonna be like, and we all gonna feel that way. So as long as you prepare for that in this modern society, you can move into that space. But I personally don't want that, because my role as a man, as I see it, is to create a vision for this relationship, right? And part of that vision is a timeline. And so we can have conversations about whether or not that's taking too long, or whether or not I'm where you think I should be, or whether or not we've been doing this too long to not be talking about that. But ultimately, the question, I think, should be mine to pose. So that's where I'm at.
Well, I have two things. One, even as women, if we determine that a man is not going to ask a question, I don't think it is for us to ask, but it's also not for us to sit around and wait. And they say, okay. The second thing, if they say no, is the relationship over?
I was thinking that.
Because I'm not going to, you know, I mean, just looking at what I see, like I said on social media, you say no, and ain't no going on.
So I would say that I think it's a matter of why you are wanting to get married, whether or not the relationship. If this is what you really want to do, then the relationship should not be over just because you get a no as a first response. Right. In my opinion.
But you asked me.
I was going to say that.
All this stuff should be understood though. If I'm on the phone where I'm asking you, I've done my homework.
I mean, are we having check-ins? Like, okay, if we're not ready now, like,
When will we be ready?
Yeah, like, why are we not
Well, I
ready?
mean, as far as like the woman asking the man.
As somebody who would never ask, but
But ask the question.
if I'm gonna reverse it, say if somebody asked me to marry them and I was like, I'm not ready for this. I don't like you said, you can't force somebody to be ready. And just to your point also, like, you have to explain yourself. You can't just be, I'm not ready for this. Yeah. You know, you are in a relationship with someone and its communication is everything. And I think if you can tell them why, maybe it's something that they're doing that they can be like, okay, now I know this for sure, this is what's really holding you back, let me fix that. And if something that person's not willing to fix, it's like, I'm not willing to change this about myself, and you're not willing to come into this thing with me because I do this, so we need to have a serious conversation about whether we should even be doing this at all.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
You're married, and your spouse has debt.
Okay.
Student loans, credit cards, travel, etc. Is it your responsibility to help them pay off that debt?
So we're gonna stop before we get married. I think how you handle your finances and how you handle different aspects of your life are indicative of how you're gonna do things moving forward. And I don't want to step into a marriage with someone who can't manage their finances and who can't do those things to take care of our family. So even if I'm making all the money, you're making all the money, whatever, we need to make sure it's managed well. Student loans, I think, is different because that's your education. But debt, that's something that you need to take care of as an adult, like as a personal person or whatever. And even though I'm willing to help you as your wife, if you're not managing it well in the beginning, I don't want to step into a marriage with someone who's not able to take care of that.
So it starts before the marriage.
It starts before the marriage. We need to talk about these things before we even step into that lane of like, oh, we're gonna spend our life together. Like, how are you going to take care of me if you can't even take care of your finances?
So at what point does this conversation need to happen?
I think it needs to happen at the point that you decide that this person is someone that you're potentially interested in spending your life with. Like,
how do you bring it up? You're like, hey, I got debt. Like, what's up?
Heck yeah. I mean, and for me, I don't have student loans. I paid for school out of pocket. But my ex, I asked him straight out of the gate, like, how much do you owe? Okay. And he owed 100 and something thousand. I was like, are you paying it off? And he said no. And I was like, at that moment, because I mean, even different aspects of his life were started to show. It's like, you're not able to take care of your finances. You're not able to take care of another person. And love is not gonna carry you all 50, 80, whatever years we're gonna be married.
So what's the difference with the student loans and like the credit cards?
Student loans, like I said, it's your education, you know. Some people are forced to take those on. Some people don't come from families that can just pay for it, or I was forced to pay for my school out of pocket. Your debt, you know, credit cards, $500, $1,000, there's minimum payments, you can pay a little bit more, keep it at 30% utilization. There's tips out there, and you have to take that initiative, because initiative is everything. You can't take initiative in your own life. How are you gonna take initiative with me and our family?
Respect that.
But to the point of like the topic, right? Gender role. I think proposing is so deeply rooted in the male gender role that for a woman to even ask that for me, that's confident. And for me to even get to the point where I'm asking you, I've already done my homework. I've already tested, like, okay,
you've never seen it.
Personally, I done checked off these things that I want to accomplish in my life before I take that step. So you tell me no then.
Wait, was asking her on your list?
Out of here.
Was asking her on your list?
That's probably the last thing
I'm asking. Okay. I'm just asking because for me, I'm saying it's over because if you did the homework and you asked her and y'all had this conversation and you went and copped and then you asked, first I'm going to get my money back. And then, so because what that means is that this person is ill-equipped to do this. You see what I'm saying? We had a whole conversation or conversations hopefully about this thing. You agreed that we collectively are going to move in that direction, and then it's time to pull the trigger and you're like, I don't know.
But that's why it's done.
But see, them people who we got up from doing the do, like, I mean, am I really ready for kids? See, you don't want to play that game.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, so for your point, it's like, oh, I have a couple of things I want to check off on my list. Why can't you get ready with someone?
Right.
Like, there are certain things that you need to do by yourself. For sure.
Let me
Why can't you progress with someone? Why a partner that makes it?
I was speaking to what he was saying as far as doing your homework.
Okay.
That's what I was speaking to about the check. I'm not saying I gotta do this, that, and the third in order to be married. What I'm saying is I'm doing my homework, I'm testing the waters, I'm talking to you, we having these conversations.
Okay.
I'm checking those things off, making sure that we are ready. I'm ready to take this step in our relationship.
Okay.
Oh, we can grow.
Yeah.
Even that's the topic of the discussion.
You prep to become a husband before you become a husband.
Right.
You don't become a husband when you say I do, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But the thing is, so this is what's gonna happen though, right? You asked me to marry you, and we in front of everybody, we in front of our family, and I do want to marry you, you know what I mean? So it's like, in that situation, I'm probably gonna be like, oh yeah, of course. But we're gonna be engaged until I'm ready. Because you took that from me, you know what I mean? Instead of, and now you like, and now you like, man, we've been engaged for 3 years, 4 years. But it's because I wasn't ready, and you never let me be ready. Because when I ask you, I'm ready. Like when a man asks you, if a man asks you to marry me, we can go tomorrow, or I'm not gonna ask you. Right. If we can't go tomorrow, I'm not gonna ask you.
Because you've been thinking about that.
Because I've been thinking about, I've seen it. I probably had
not
known
like
about
I
it.
don't care about the wedding.
I'm not ready, but I'm gonna use the engagement to get ready is like the dating version of I'm gonna grow to like you. Like, I'm not saying feeling the way you feel is wrong. I'm saying if there is that feeling, you need to say no. Yeah. Because there's no guarantee that in that 3 years that you're gonna get where you're trying to go, right? Like your mind, your body, your soul telling you pause. And you like, oh, well, I'll go past, go slow. That's what you're saying.
You know
what you need to go the other way.
Hopefully both partners within the relationship have explained ahead of time before somebody gets on a knee or whatever that this is what they actually want. Exactly. That they want to be married. If they want to be married, then this is what we're working towards. If somebody pops up, it shouldn't be, I mean, of course, we want that to be special. I want it to be special, you know what I'm saying? If I get on my knee, I don't want my lady to have that. I want it to be me doing it. But there needs to be an understanding that you want this future with me. We want this in our future together. If not, then okay, it should be no.
Yeah. I mean, but there's certain things, right? I mean, y'all get the wedding, y'all get the day. You know what I mean?
Are you not there?
No. You're included. But I hear everybody, get on the knee, have a wedding. Would you rather have a destination wedding where it's just you two, or and save thousands of dollars? I had family who do this. You only spend $1,000, go to Bermuda, you have somebody come marry you, and it's just as beautiful. And you spend all that money on a dope honeymoon. Or do you have the wedding and go in debt?
I ain't going in debt. I'm not going in debt.
Okay, so true story. My husband and I got married in September 15th. We got engaged in March of 2014. I was planning a wedding for 9 months. Like, I'm talking about planning, like we changed locations 67 times. He's from Mississippi, I'm from North Carolina, so I'm thinking like, all right, it's gonna be easy. No, it was not. I got to the point where I was like, the hell with this, I'm over it. But I realized through the wedding planning process, it wasn't me. I didn't want a white dress, I didn't want a traditional, banquet thing, whatever, reception, all that. I didn't see value in it. So we canceled the wedding. I mean, like a month after having to send out to say thanks. And people like, what, y'all, this ain't working, y'all married? No. But it's knowing the kind of woman you got too. So my husband's like, cool, we can go to JOP. I'm like, but I always wanted to go to when I only get married. Canceled the wedding, got all the money and paid for 5 days, and Jamaica got married $2 bucks. So when you're talking about that, we didn't have the wedding in debt. So I can remember how the sand felt under my feet, how he looked. I remember my wedding day is not a blur. So I think a part of that is knowing what you value long term when you get with somebody. Because now it's like every year from that, we've been able to travel and go to a different destination where we didn't have $40,000 ringing on our head because I wanted to look cute. The hell with the wedding. But my aunt ended up having this reception when we came back. But here was my thing. If somebody planned it and paid for it, I'll show up. And it's exactly what we did. So the wedding is for the man and for the woman, but you gotta find what works because you also have to work. So what do you think about gender roles and relationships, especially in 2018?
Personally, I think gender roles don't exist anymore. I think the relationship is the relationship. That should be the role for both people. Like, we're in this relationship, we're gonna make it work. I think it used to be a certain way for like men and women. It used to be more defined, but since women are revamping their roles and they're working more and they're out of the house more, it's up to like the men to kind of step up to the plate and just say, okay, my role isn't just provide. My role is to help with the dishes. My role is to help cook, you know what I mean? So it's like the roles these days are more teammate roles than it was I got this and you got this. So what do you think though?
Well, I've been married for like 3 years now, and I think that gender roles, I think they evolve with the people as well, because who I need to be, I tend to be like an alpha woman, and that means I have to be with an alpha male. I mean, we butt heads, but we understand that there's power in our relationship, right? Yeah. And that we got to get together and go forward ahead. Well, I'm tripping right now. We have to move together as a unit, but you can't be a weak man to fool me. And so my husband couldn't be weak because he was going to feel like I was overpowering him. But then I think when we think about gender roles, your masculinity isn't contingent on me being strong, weak as a woman. It's totally on you. So you have to be self-aware to know what you play in a relationship.
See, and I think strength in regards to relationships is your comfort, right?
Right.
So if you're passionate about washing my clothes, like it's not that you're weak because you do that. It's like I have the strength to put my man on this pedestal and say, I'm going to wash his clothes for him. And it's like, I have the strength to say, I'm going to put my woman on this pedestal and run her bath water for her, every night. Like, that's just what I get
every
joy
night?
out. I mean, if I get joy out of doing it, it's not like, this is my role. It's something I get joy out of doing. So it should be a comfort thing.
So for you, whatever it is, in the roles, it's about joy and comfort in what you're doing.
Not all the time, but I mean, you make sacrifices and, you complement each other in certain ways, but most of the time you're not going to do something that you don't enjoy doing. I enjoy making you happy, so whatever that I gotta do, that's what I'm gonna do.
So whatever you do to get me is what you gotta do to keep me. So
Always.
if you start 10 years later, you still gotta be doing it.
You got to.
But then as a man, if you don't, and I change, you can't be feeling like.
But if I don't, you need to tell me that I'm not. Don't let me stop, and you never speak up about it.
Okay.
Because then it's like I might not know I'm stopping.
But then if I start, I'm nagging.
I might nag too.
Because if you marry me, you're gonna have a traditional African wedding. You have to pay a like it's
Two weddings, right?
You have two. I have 2 weddings. I have a week-long engagement. Like,
Get my sister out.
Hey, my sister, my brother, how you doing?
Hey.
But like that's the thing. It's like that's
You
my
get all your money back,
But
so
you're
they
not
throw it on
gonna
you.
do that.
That's the thing too. Is like, you also have to like go into it knowing that person's background. Like me personally, I do like to have intimate situations, but my culture, you know, my whole village is our aunts and uncles, and they're gonna bring me food, and they're gonna bring us money, and they're gonna gift us land and gift us houses.
Gift
It's
you
like,
land, you get land?
We had one of these conversations earlier where we talking about what's ideal and we talking about what's real. And there's a difference. In an ideal world, the majority of people are like you are. But you know, like I know that that is not the case. Like that these people, that we are women, not even, I don't want to make it non-specific. These women largely that men are coming up against have been planning this. They have this image, this day in their mind since whenever. You are a prop, a piece. I need you as a part of
why would you marry
my. No. It's not to say whether or not. It's about how you're approaching the situation. He may not go do it. It's just to say which battle do you want to fight, right? Like the day, largely for men, because that's the other side. We're not gonna play like men want to be super included in that process, because normally they don't, right? So it's honestly usually it's a perfect storm. She got all of this figured out. This is what she want to do. I just want to show up, honestly, right? And so you got that mental. But the problem is that if you're a man and you just want to show up, then you can't nitpick at how it roll out, right? So you just want to show up, and she brought you a $40,000 tab, and now you're mad, but it wouldn't have been $40,000, right? If you planned it. So you got to pick and choose your battles. All right, so look, we talking about gender roles. Okay, so historically, it's looked like men go out, kill the meat, they bring it home, the woman cooks it. How do you feel in 2018 with perhaps a man being the person who's at home? What does that look like for you?
I don't have any problem with that, but what else are you bringing to the table? You're not just gonna be sitting at home all day.
So if he, okay, so you go to work and he cook and clean and do the laundry, you straight?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sharing the load.
Fair enough. So you're not a person who thinks that everything that we do, that we need to go tit for tat on all tasks.
Absolutely not. I don't think it gets you anywhere. It doesn't move the relationship forward if you're going tit for tat and focused on, oh, you should be doing only this just because you're a male, or I should be only doing this because I'm a female.
I tend to agree. Because it's not even that, okay, so I don't believe in gender roles per se, but I do believe in roles. They just may not be assigned by gender. I think everybody has something to do, right? Like some weight to pull, and if the weights all getting pulled, doesn't matter who's pulling it, you know? But I don't think, I guess I'm trying to think whether or not I would feel like I was doing enough. And that might have a lot to do with how I'm conditioned as a man, but like I understand that cooking and cleaning and maintaining the household is a job, but I wonder, I've never been in that situation, but I wonder if when you came home, if I would feel like I did enough.
Right.
You know, like, I guess I question what that looks like after that goes on for a while, and if that manifests as something else.
So for me, I think when you're in a relationship, any union, marriage, relationship, friendship, we have an assignment together, okay? And so at the beginning of any interaction, any relationship, marriage, what have you, we're discussing what our assignment is, and we'll fall in line based on that to get our assignment done. So
Communication.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, I'm kind of like on either side. I wouldn't really care. Like, as long as if we've gotten to the point to where me and you want to get married, really, I don't care. Everybody else already knows we love each other, so we don't need the wedding to prove to everybody else. You know, I don't need it personally. Honestly, I don't. So I'm not. You know, I have friends who do, and I'm not knocking them, but
it comes to the point you made earlier when you said don't invite everybody into your relationship, right? So it's like even with the marriage process, like your mom didn't have a wedding, so she's you need to have this, you need to have this, you need to have this, and it's like, but this is my wedding. Like,
So, mama, where your wallet
at? So it's like, don't include everybody. Y'all sit down and y'all like, yo, do we really need this? Like, let's just disappear, like, tomorrow. I know people who were married for a whole year before they had a ceremony, just adjusting and just getting their stuff together. Then it's like, all right, now we present ourselves as a married couple. We figure stuff out, you know what I mean? But it's just them two. You can't be mad at that. You can be like, dang, how y'all do that for a year? But how you gonna tell them how to run their marriage? Exactly. And how you gonna tell them how to?
That's good.
True. Yeah.
Right. I think at the root of it all is really knowing yourself, you know, and taking that time to do that before you enter into any relationship, especially a marriage. That's not something that should be taken lightly.
And that comes down to communication, basically.
Exactly. Because you gotta let me know.
With yourself as well. Like I'm so about yourself. Like I'm so about that. Like keep it 100, keep it a stack with yourself. Like,
but that's hard for people.
It's
hard to look in the mirror and face yourself.
Getting married, it's just hard for you to look at who you see in the mirror.
It's fear. It's fear.
You know what's crazy?
You're missing
You
out.
know what's crazy? Like you said, like your mom didn't have a wedding. Like I didn't grow up and I didn't see my parents being married. So like I actually want kind of a hand in my wedding. Like I really want. No, it's like I really want to I want to be able to pick out colors. I want to go through the process. Like I want to document that process so I can show my kids. Like I want to actually pass that tradition down. Because we gotta add value to it. A lot of times in our community, like I got aunts and stuff who didn't get married. Like to this day, they're single. And like why? Like why didn't those things happen? Like growing up in like a single parent home by definition, like my mom is here, I'm staying with my mom, my dad is over there. I don't want to bring children in that type of work.
How do you think bills should be paid as far in relation to like marriage? How do we split the bills?
Who make the most money?
Who made the most money? Okay.
Yeah, who make the most money?
I like this.
I mean, in this day and time, women are more progressive. Y'all got the high paying jobs. Y'all the most educated group. Black women.
Say this.
Most educated group, period. So, but in all seriousness, I do feel like it should be some type of balance. I mean, with how I was raised, my dad, he got 3 jobs to this day. So he is more so that breadwinner. And I kind of have that within me, but I work with all women and I understand where y'all are going. And I am not about to be paying all the bills and you making all the money.
Okay.
No.
I definitely agree. I think that if you're bringing home more money or I'm bringing home more money, there's some calculation that's happening about how we're splitting those bills. So there is some like equitable distribution of our money. So do we have a joint or a separate bank account or both?
We have both.
Okay.
We got both. I mean, because you got to think about it. At some point, we're going to have bills together. We're going to have a mortgage. We may have a car payment together. Like, we're going to need things to do collectively as a unit, because at the end of the day, if we're in a relationship, we're married, we are a unit. We're not individuals outside of our relationship. So we still have rainy day funds. We still have things we may need to take care of with other family members. Our separate account, we use that for that. But that joint account, that take care of the house. You better not be giving your cousins and people money out of the joint account. It don't work, at least for me.
No, I concur. I need a joint account and a separate account. Mostly because I like to get my hair done every week. And I know a lot of people may not be trying to finance that.
I mean, well, you can pay for that.
Yeah,
I don't know about every week
account.
though. Like
every week?
I don't know about every week.
Why? If I'm making the money and I'm paying for it.
I'm talking about if I'm paying for it.
Oh, okay. I didn't ask you to pay for it. That's why we got a separate account.
But I might pay for it.
That's okay.
That's something I may put in my budget. Like I try to do that now, but nah.
Alright.
But yeah, gender roles.
How you go about saying relationships are like marriage or the process of marriage? Like, does that impact like the proposal and the wedding and if so, like how?
Most definitely it does. Even my mate selection. Like my mom is such a strong figure in my life because, as I mentioned before, the women in my life have always been strong. So I've never looked at women as inferior beings. So for me, when I'm looking for a woman, she gotta be similar, have similar traits as my mom. She gotta be strong. She gotta be self-sufficient. She gotta be able to do things in a way that makes her a strong woman. So for me, if I get to that point, you know you legit.
I want to get back off of what he said, because I know you grew up in a single parent home. I grew up with both parents, so the way that I view love is different from, it's been opposed to the people that I've dated. I've seen like real love all my life, so I haven't win in every situation. Like, I have, like it might just be in and out, but the end point for most of my situations is like, this may be the person that I can end up with. So I'm looking at it that way. I know how to love a female in that regard, you know what I'm saying? Like that we can actually build something. It's hard for a lot of people. You know, I can see the differences. I have friends who grew up with single parents and then some that have both, and we look at things different, you know what I'm saying? It really matters how powerful both of you can be. You know, you can raise that perfect foundation together, and that's what it is.
And I go along with PJ because I grew up with both parents. They're still together, and I go back, I look at their wedding pictures, I see how they interact. I've never seen them fuss, argue, fight, any of that. And it's like, I look for a guy that has the traits of my father. And if you can't resemble my dad, then it's like, you know, because I know how he treats my mom. I know how happy she is. I hear what they say about each other, and I see how they live, and it's like a fairy tale. And it's like, if you can't give me what I'm used to seeing or what I want based on what I've seen growing up, then it's like I can't give it.
Like very fortunate. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm very glad for it, but it's just like.
Both of my parents but my parents are together too. But I think what I got from them and watching them is the necessity of creating a new norm. Yes. So what's happening is you are coming from one place and you have a norm, and they're coming from another place and they have a norm, and our norms are competing, right? But what we need is a collective norm, right? So we need to say, like right now, you come from this place, you come from that place, but now that we're together, we have a norm that's a combination of those places. And what does that look like?
So this was a conversation.
Right.
It's
multiple.
Right.
And people do that, and they're like, okay, we talking about like how many
and how many times? Because you don't have a conversation to fix everything. You gotta have multiple conversations
Continue
about
to work
through it.
And not saying that somebody from a single parent home or somebody with both can't work. It's on the individuality. Both of y'all can build a home together.
You know when you say create a new norm, even me, I'm creating a new norm because of the back.
There's still hope.
Black level 3.
I'm in a minute.
Good job.
So since we're talking about gender roles, and y'all all progressive, right? Does the woman have to take the man's last name?
Have to? Gentlemen.
Yep.
Why?
Well, for me, you do. Like, I think it's me for everybody else. Like, you take mine. I wasn't raised like that. I mean, from my family context, like that's what you do when you get married. So as far as gender roles are concerned, I'm keeping that.
But I'm successful. I built a career. We get married now. I'm doing this thing. I gotta take your last name. That's gonna wipe me out.
No, that.
Why?
Because we're becoming one. You're coming into a household with me. You're leaving your family. So therefore, when you come in my house, our house, we are one. I feel as if we are coming as one, then what you had with your family is it's over. We are starting a family, so this is us.
So why is your last name on too?
Why can't
My
you take my
last
last
name
name?
what?
Why can't you take my last name?
Yeah, it'll be Christ.
What did you do?
We're not making you do anything, and you're not going to make us do anything either. I think it comes down to what's specific to that relationship.
Okay, so you look at me as somebody that you can trust to lead your future, right? So what's wrong with taking my last name?
I'm going to hyphenate my name. I'll take your last name. It's going to be a hyphenate because that's a part of who I am.
Your name is already coordinated.
I can respect the hyphenation in a situation. Say if the female has like a daughter who has her same last name, I can respect the hyphenation in that situation. It's like, okay, I don't want my daughter or son to be the only one with this name if I'm changing my name to your name. That makes sense.
But that's my
name is the same. What about him?
I'm
sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hyphen my last name, but that's because of some personal reasons. Like my dad had 4 girls, and so like the Lambert last name is gonna die out with us. And because on top of that, like there's nothing but females in our family besides my dad. So that's important to me. I'm genuinely confused from your point about how you're saying we're coming coming into a house together, we're leaving our families and we're becoming one. It's like, then why does it automatically mean that I take your name? Because my name, you know, I love my last name. My last name has history. My grandfather is a chief. I love my last name. I don't want to be a Smith. That's your last name.
It's your grandpa's last name because he can't.
What you're saying though is totally contradicting the whole progressive thing.
No, it's not.
Because to say that women and men don't have gender roles and we're coming as one, me coming as one with you doesn't mean that it has to be a name.
Oh, I never said I didn't believe in gender roles. I think he kind of like you. I like it's I believe.
But just okay, so I can be the breadwinner. I can be the breadwinner making all the money, right? That's who's gonna pay the bills. But yet I gotta take your last name.
Hold on. Let me know something. In my relationship, I'm probably gonna be the breadwinner, if not equal. We're coming into the same career, same field, pretty much the same salary. So I probably won't have those.
So why can't I choose my identity and
you can choose your identity all you want. This is my standard. You don't have to be with it.
Standards.
But
you're a season.
Hold on, don't women come in relationships with standards?
We sure do.
As a man, I should be able to be comfortable enough to come into a relationship with standards.
Are you okay?
And those are the standards.
Are you okay if she's professionally her name and then personally your name?
You can go to work, you can be doctors.
I've seen that.
When you come home,
I got a question for you. So this is just definitively, y'all been together. It's time to have that conversation about marriage. She say, bro, I'm not doing that. It's a deal breaker.
yeah.
Too. So family, so we have my name, so if anything goes wrong with the family, they're like, well, okay. It starts with him. It's a responsibility. You don't want that responsibility. I want you to have my name. You don't want to pay all the bills. You come up with me. You come up with me. It's like, I have that responsibility.
It's on your shoulders.
I'm putting everything on my shoulders. Yeah.
The man is leading the family. The man is doing this.
But don't we want that?
But we're supposed to be equal. So it's confusing.
But we're not equal to everybody. Now we're not equal. We're not equal to everybody. That's inviting people into your relationship because we're not equal to everybody else.
But that's not the.
When the waiter brings a bill, who we bringing it to? To you. No.
In that sense of like, oh, you know, why should we take like, oh, it's on your shoulders, men are the leaders. And it's like, as women, that's what we ask for all the time. Right. For men to be leaders and to lead our relationships, to set timelines, to communicate with us, to ask us to marry them. So it's like, why is it a problem if they lead our marriages?
And let me clear that point up, because that's going to be a crazy sound. What I mean by women and men aren't equal, what I'm saying is we are fair. In our relationship, we're fair. Sometimes women are going to have to deal with things that I'm just not going to have to deal with.
Right.
I'm not going to have to deal with certain things in my relationship. That she is. In that case, she is really holding the bulk of the weight. So what I mean by that is we're fair, we balance. I don't believe men and women biologically aren't equal. So that's what I mean by that.
And we carry lows in the relationship, you know, but I think it gets out of hand to a certain extent. This gender role thing, we want to alleviate it. But at the end of the day, there are things that men need to be doing and there are things that women need to be doing too. And that's just being natural, being the original, what you were born as.
I can't take your role as a mother. Like I can't do it. Physically can't do it as much. I could want to be a mom